Hi writers, me Mrs. Guy, day 6 of Persuasive Writing. Hope you guys are doing okay, and I hope you were able to write your introduction yesterday by hooking your reader in. Okay, today we're going to focus on the body paragraph. So I want to point out that this persuasive essay, you're going to have a total of 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph is going to be your introduction that you wrote yesterday. Today we're going to focus on all of the reasons, putting them into sentences, using transition words, making it amazing, really convincing or persuading our audience. And then tomorrow we're going to work on conclusions, okay? So let's get started. Let's review. Remember that when we write a persuasive essay, we are trying to convince or persuade our audience to believe what we believe or give us what we want, okay? So yesterday you hooked your reader in by asking a question: have you ever, did you know, do you, and would you? So yesterday I wrote my introduction where I said, do you know having pets have been shown to lower blood pressure? Imagine how low it would be if we had 3 fur babies. And right after I introduce those questions, then I go ahead and just get right to my point. I want you to allow our family to grow by adopting a Pegasus, okay? So now that you have your introduction, I want you to go back to your reasons. So my reasons, I had 4 of them, were that we could fly instead of drive everywhere, and that would mean that we would reduce our carbon footprint, we wouldn't pollute as much, it would take less time to travel, we would help others because I would make the Pegasus a therapy horse and we would go to grandma's retirement home and hospitals. I also said that it would give us exercise because we would walk the horses, or we'd have to walk the Pegasus and fly the Pegasus, and the cats could ride it. I mean, that would be cool. And then finally, it would help me with responsibility. Okay, so now I'm going to think about those reasons, and instead of just saying one reason is, another reason is, a third reason is, a fourth reason is, we don't want to do that in 5th grade because we're better writers. Plus, nobody wants to read that. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of introduce you to transition words. Okay. So thinking about our reasons, we want to introduce our reasons in a specific order. The ones that were there kind of a logical flow, and we want to introduce them with transition words, okay? So here is my poster on transition words. Okay. So when you introduce your first couple of reasons, you want to use the transition words to begin. First of all, to start at first and first, okay? Then as you introduce your second or your third transition word, or reason, you're going to then use the transitions. Secondly, also, in fact, I have also twice, didn't even see that. In addition, and then another. And then finally, when you introduce your last reasons, you want to say in conclusion, finally, lastly, or to sum up. I also want to point out that when we introduce reasons, okay, there we go. When we introduce reasons, we also want to think about the opposing view. Remember how on, I think it was day 3, I asked you guys to think about what your parents would say or what your audience would say that would be an opposing view to your viewpoint. Okay? So I want to take into consideration what Jeremy or the cats might say to me, and I might want to introduce their viewpoint with words like however, but some might say although and neither. And then because you did some research, you want to introduce the facts or the actual research that you did by using, for example, for instance, and such as, okay? So reviewing these transition words, thinking about how you're going to introduce them, and then also thinking about the reasons, and my 4 reasons are back over here. Okay, you're gonna now take these reasons and you're gonna put them into sentences. Okay, so I decided to talk about my first reason up here and then kind of go around this way. Okay, so let's see what I did. Okay, I underlined the transition words in blue, and then I kind of squiggly lined the reasons so you could see how I took the reason but then included them in a sentence. Okay, here we go. writing a draft, okay? You already have written your introduction, and now you're going to draft the body. I just want to point out that that's my little ant with the body. Get it? Okay? Just state your reasons in sentences. Okay, here we go. I use the transition word to begin. Having a Pegasus to ride will help us do our part to reduce, I don't think you guys can see that. There we go. Carbon emissions. That was one of my reasons. Here is another transition word. Also, it will help us save time when we are traveling. Okay, there again is that first reason that I really want to make sure that Jeremy understands that this is going to benefit our family. Okay, next transition. In addition to helping the environment, so I stated that reason again, our Pegasus can help others. Okay, there's my reason. I can train it and register it as, let me see, I'm trying to get this so you guys can see this. I'll take pictures of this. So I can train it and register it as a therapy animal and take it to retirement homes and hospitals. There was my other reason, right? I put it in a nice sentence that was very, kind of sounds studious. Next transition, although you say, so there's my opposing view, having a Pegasus will be too much responsibility. I know exercising it regularly will not only help me be more responsible, another reason, but help me reach my fitness goals. Okay? So, one paragraph, I introduced all of my reasons. I used transition words and I put them in complete sentences. That's all you have to do today. You already wrote your introduction. You already have your reasons. Now it's time to convince your audience by putting them into sentences with transition words. Don't worry, I'll take all pictures of all these amazing posters because I know you really like them, okay? Just kidding. I know that you're going to need them to help you. Take a risk. Be a writer. You all have something that you want to tell the world that you want to convince. I'm very proud of you. Keep chugging along. Tomorrow we do conclusions, then we put it together in an essay and we're done. Okay, I'm very proud of you. Keep up the good work. Bye for now.